Good afternoon, everybody. It's Sharon from Nails, Knots and Notions with you this afternoon on Shop Handmade for the first of our two Meet the Maker sessions this week. Don't forget, if you're watching us live, up in the corner, give StreamYard permission to show your name, otherwise Facebook won't tell us who you are. And do come and chat to us in the comments. And if you're watching on replay, don't forget hashtag replay, hashtag sorry I missed you. So I'm with Grant from number 51 Creations. So thank you for joining me this afternoon, and kind of over to you. Tell us a little bit about yourself.
All right, my name's Grant. I am from a little town called Warminster in Wiltshire.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
I started number 51 Creations a couple of years ago. I only really got serious about it the last year. Funny enough, during COVID, actually COVID as a business for me was actually quite good because people were driven online.
Yes, made a lot of difference to a lot of people.
Yeah, I've got quite a good online presence. Instagram and Facebook. Link will be available shortly. I started out turning about 14 years ago after I left the army. It was part of my PTSD therapy, and it was probably one of the only things that worked for me. Woodworking, wood turning, working with my hands, very therapeutic. I'm no carpenter by any stretch of the imagination, but I enjoy it and I get a lot of pleasure out of it. But pen turning, I really got the bug for a couple of years ago.
It's interesting actually you say that, because we find a lot of our makers have got various sort of mental health conditions of one sort or another, and it's actually amazing just how therapeutic just crafts and being creative and all the rest of it can be. So did you try lots of other things, or was it this the first one you tried and it kind of took, as it were?
It was when I was 55, I decided I wanted to slow down a bit. So I made the decision. I sort of decided what I wanted to do, and I made it happen. So I put some bits and pieces down on paper, some ideas what I wanted to do. I've always enjoyed turning, so I went on a pen turning experience with a fantastic guy called Ron Caddy over in Andover. He's the guru of pen turning, literally, and I still chat to him now. That was about 3 years ago, and I decided that was where I wanted to go, but I wanted to give it a sort of a different bent. I mean, I've done loads of normal, what you would call normal run-of-the-mill pens, but then I started to do something a bit different. So, for instance, that there was on a Lee Enfield rifle in 1944.
It's the bit that goes back up against your shoulder.
That's it. And I mean, they're a lot of them I get are through ex-military friends. Some are through a salvage company, but it just allows people to have a bit of history, an affordable piece of history. So I started going down that line, and then I found a fantastic salvage company, and I've got loads of things, from things like Harry Potter, Game of Thrones, and also a lot of history. I've just done one pen made from a refurb of HMS Victory.
Wow.
Which took part in, obviously, the Battle of Trafalgar in 1805, I think. And I've literally made and sold a resin pen, and in the resin was contained a piece of coal from the Titanic.
Oh, whoa!
Which was salvaged in 1997 by the salvage company, and to fund another expedition, they actually brought a lot of small, ineffectual items up to sell them off. So, in the salvage company that I work with, purchased some. It just means that some people get the full piece of history.
Yeah. Hi, Lynn. Thanks for joining us. I know it does sound amazing, doesn't it? But I think for me also, it's not, you know, it's the salvage and the history, but also because you're using salvaged materials, it's actually sort of quite eco-friendly. It's using that stuff that might not necessarily have gone on to have another life.
Yeah, I mean, I do. For instance, I haven't got any here because they're all sold, but I use the coloured milk bottles that use the HDPE 2, which are the mix, and I melt them down, leave them to go harder in a mould, and then use them to make pens.
Yes, so it is really that whole background, and
yeah, it's an enjoyable. I won't say hobby because it really got to start selling when it was becoming an expensive hobby.
Yeah. I think that happens to a lot of us, isn't it? It's, well, I've made all this stuff, I've got to do something with it now.
Yeah. So and I do sell a lot that goes off to charities and things, and they get auctioned off and things like that, which is always good. And also some of the salvage companies I work with actually donate as well. So unique pen blanks for one, Mark and Aaron, are absolutely fantastic. They're always donating, which is nice.
Hi, Kelly. Afternoon. Now, Kelly is actually another one of our makers, and she does some fantastic stuff with resins, and she puts like glitter and mica powders on them. But I guess that's very different to what you do in terms of actually getting the stuff in it and getting it to settle, and it not being so many bubbles you can't see what's in it.
Yeah, I use. I started off buying acrylics from a few different people. I also get them sent to me. One of them, you're probably not going to be able to see it very well, but that is a fountain pen, which is made out of acrylic and metal shavings.
Wow.
So I'll pop the link up later on the website so you can have a look. But I find a lot of companies send me stuff as well, things like that. That's a company called Hex Designs, and they're fantastic. But I've actually started doing my own resin now, but I have a pressure pot, so it gets rid of all the air and all the bubbles. So I don't think. In fact, that's one of mine, which again is like a yellow, gold, black, and it's got glitter in it as well.
Yeah.
And I have to say, it took me about 4 attempts.
So now you've got your own pressure pot. You don't have to get the blowtorch over the top of it to pop the bubbles then.
No, I don't. The pressure pot took me a little while, but again, chatting to one thing I like about Instagram over any other social media is how friendly it is, and especially within the makers community. And there's a couple of guys on there from places like the House of Resin down in Weymouth. There's another guy, Mark, absolutely fantastic, and they don't mind sharing their knowledge. So they've helped me out, which is great.
Which is again another nice thing about sort of like the crafting community. We're never too precious about sharing ideas or that, oh, have you thought about that or anything else?
So I have an update on start an update as soon as we're on live. I do. There's I don't know if you're probably aware of Makers Central, the exhibition, which is a couple of days in August. I mean, I'm going up to that. And I think so far, arranged 30 with about 30 odd people meeting up.
Wow.
And I've never met any of them. It's all via Facebook and Instagram. And a couple of them, I chat to on the phone as well.
Yeah.
So, but again, that's all through social media.
Yeah. And actually, this is what one of our ladies, one of our admins that helps out on here, she said people sometimes forget it's social media. The clue is in the social bit. It is about chatting to people, getting to know one another, and not just trying to sell them something.
Yeah, I mean, well, it's hello, Lynn. I know I bought my ticket in 2019 and I've still got the original one. So I got it as a present in 2019 for 2020, and obviously it was cancelled. So I've still got the original ticket. But I've spoken to Nick from Major Central, and he's, unless barring any Uncle Boris, not the man that may say no, everything's gone ahead. So, but yeah, I think people lose, especially on the likes of Twitter and Facebook. I don't think it's as social as Instagram for makers, anyway.
Right.
That's just personal.
Yeah. Okay, bit of fun. Tell us 3 random things about yourself.
Oh, 3 random things. Well, I better keep it clean because we're live.
Absolutely.
I spent 25 years in the military. I started off in the RAF for 10 years, and then I transferred over to the Army and did another 15.
Yeah.
I've been with I'm not sure what's politically correct at my age, my partner, my girlfriend, for about 15 years.
Yeah.
I think, again, not very PC. Very random. I love doing physical challenges. I'm 58 this year, and I hopefully will finish. At the moment, I love doing physical challenges just to keep me active. And I'm doing at the moment, I'm doing 150 press-ups and 100 sit-ups a day for 31 days.
That's
I'm not going to lie, I am struggling towards the end. And then a couple of friends and I are nipping over to Wales in January, believe it or not. And we're doing the Penny Fan Challenge, which is a 15-mile mountain run.
Run?
Well, it's a run and a walk, whatever you can manage.
Yeah.
So,
no, I've been up Penny Fan a couple of times. It's not that bad to walk up, but running up is,
Yeah, I did it when I was in the Army. I didn't enjoy it, but a good friend of mine said, do you fancy doing it? And we're going to raise a bit of money for charity, and obviously we'll have a few beers on the night after, not the night before, but the night after.
And I guess you won't be running it with full kit.
No, the bonus is because of our ages. I think I'm the youngest at 58. We only have to. It's only £25. So with your food plus food and water. So I think last time in the military I did it, I was with about 50 odd. So massive difference. But yeah, I enjoy that sort of thing. So it's 3 random facts.
And what do you think you enjoy most about running your own business? I mean, you've already said about how nice it is to be social and meet people. So what else is it you really enjoy about sort of being your own boss, as it were?
I've been my own boss for a lot of my time out of the military. And I do enjoy it. I enjoy the freedom. My partner works extremely hard. She's in the NHS. Obviously, that's been very hard over the last few months. So it gives me the flexibility to look after the house and do the administration side of the family side, which means she hasn't got to, which is great. And then we've just had a little cheeky weekend over in Wookey Hole. just to get away from it, which is nice. And being self-employed, it gives me that flexibility. I also have a day job as well. A couple of days a week, I work a local animal food place, which is great. Again, it's a very physical job, but it's great, and it's a lovely team. And funny enough, that's all ladies as well.
So you're in your element then.
I wouldn't say element. You know, I don't just get nagged once; I get nagged 5 times. So, but, yeah, it's good fun.
Yeah. So, can you remember which was your very first project that you made?
Yeah, I still have it. Well, I have the first pen I ever made was made of olive wood from Bethlehem. And that was with Ron Candy. And at the same time, I also made an acrylic pen. Again, that was about 3 years ago in August, I think. And that pen, my partner Nikki still has and uses on a daily basis.
Wow,
So those are the first projects I've really done as far as pen goes.
And do you think there's one that you're sort of most proud of?
The Bethlehem one, yeah, certainly is. You know, I could have sold that a few times over. Because Bethlehem wood, olive wood is, he's getting rarer. But I keep that one for personal use.
Yeah.
Nice. So yeah, I'm very proud of that.
So Kelly's also, by the sound of it, very jealous of your pressure pots.
Yeah.
If money were no object, what do you think would be top of your crafty wish list?
Oh, well, I would have to say probably another lathe. A bigger, a much bigger lathe, a floor standing one. Because at the moment I don't really. I've done a few bowls and things like that, nothing fantastic. But I deliberately use a small lathe because pens is my main thing. So having a bigger lathe would be allow me to have a play or experiment. So if that was it, and I mean they're the ones I'm looking at about $5 or $6 grand.
Well, dream big. So do you have like a dedicated workshop you use, or are you in the spare bedroom? Or
no, I started off in the shed, which was 12 by 7.
Okay.
Then I wasn't allowed to extend into the garden, but I extended at the back. There was about a metre behind, so I actually made an extension on the back. But then I've been in my workshop now for about 2 months.
Yeah.
I'll shift my head out of the way in a minute and spin you around if you like.
We love looking, being nosy at where people are working.
No, it's fine. It's a ladies' thing, you know. I've got a workshop which is about 10 foot from the Wiley River.
Right.
So when I have my breaks, I start my morning or any workshop time I have. I have a routine where I just have a cup of tea and I go and stand by the river. Doesn't matter what the weather is, and it's fantastic. You've got a family of swans on there, and there's no traffic whatsoever where I am. It literally is in the middle of nowhere. I'll just show you around. Hang on, just move my head out of the way. So, as you can see the back there, that's my lathe.
Yeah.
There's my lathe area. And those are all my blanks, and I mean there's a lot of them. And then get my head out of the way. Oops. And there I have, that basically is a 6 foot by 4 foot bench. So it allows me to work. There's a table saw in the centre of that. Or I can use it for workspace, or I can use larger tools like the chop saw or the thicker planer saw there that I've got. Also there, obviously, is another bench which I've got set up, and I've got my my bench drill and my bandsaw.
Yeah.
I've also got a CNC printer, which I've literally just started to learn. So I'm doing 3D printing.
Yeah.
First go was a blowout. Didn't go to plan, but hey ho. I don't make mistakes. I just learn. I've got a box full of mistakes up there, and I keep them all.
It's not a mistake. It's not a mistake. It's a design modification.
Yeah, you could say that. Yeah, but so what just seen it? Oh, yeah. I'm very lucky, Lynn. Is it? Yeah, Lynn. It's very. I am very lucky. It took me about 7 months of searching to find this workshop. It's about 15 minutes from home. And it's a lovely area. But where we live, down in Wiltshire, retail. Originally, I was going to have a shop. With a workshop at the back and a shop for selling crafts, not just mine, but other people's. Because I love that idea of like a craft cafe. But unfortunately, retail space down here is anything from 18 to 30,000 a year.
Yeah, I mean, I'm up in Swindon, so I'm kind of the poor relation, as it were, of Wiltshire. But
well, I wouldn't say that. Swindon's quite an expensive area.
I think it's like the trouble is people forget that there's some areas that there really is, you know, a lot of sort of deprivation and low income and stuff. I think the difference is huge, and I think you see that across Wiltshire as a whole. Yeah, Lynn's saying she's got workshop envy. Lynn, you'll tell me if I get this wrong. So what Lynn does is she does something on the computer and then she goes and cuts the pieces of wood at like a local cooperative or something. Is that vaguely right, Lynn? Well, it might take her a minute.
Yeah, it sounds a bit like CNC work.
Yeah. And the machine's been out of action for several weeks. Laser cutting, that's it. Laser cutting at the hack space.
Nice. Yeah, I must admit we're trying to get a men's shed set up down here.
Yeah.
And one of the things that we're looking at is laser cutting.
Yeah. So yeah. Still another 2 to 4 weeks to go until you can go back. Did you join those dots last night? So she put a photo up on Facebook last night of where the design had gone wrong and there must have been a gap in it somewhere. So
yeah,
Chris has just got home. So when you're not crafting, what do you do with yourself?
As I say, I've got a little part-time job, and that's a couple of days a week. I look after the house. I do most of the cooking. Again, because obviously my partner works long hours. And I also I read as well. And then obviously I've got physical challenges as well, but not so many this time. We used to do a lot of Tough Mudders. There's about 20 of us. The lads get together, and it's a good laugh. We don't go for times. You know, you've got all these serious athletes at the front of the start line ready to go, and there's us lot with beer cans in our hands, not taking it seriously. But yeah, and that's sort of my spare time.
Chrissie, I'm just sending you a link. If you click on it, you should be able to join us in the studio. Chrissie is the founder of Shop Handmade. She also runs a radio show called
right.
Craft to Be Kind, and I'm sure she won't tell me off for saying that she'd love to have you on there to chat about that. So I'm just waiting. She's not picked up the message yet. She could very well be sorting kids out. Because it's kind of just getting home from school time. It's
Yeah.
just me showing off, really, because I worked out how we can add other guests on halfway through. Kelly, are you still with us? Give us a thumbs up. Do you want to come on and talk pressure pots? They've all gone quiet. They all go quiet and leave when I say, right, who's coming on to join us?
I mean, if you're looking at a pressure pot, then
Yeah,
it's, again, I did a lot of research because they're not cheap. You can
yeah,
you can make your own pressure pot for about 100 quid.
yeah,
But I was concerned about the safety side. Obviously, you're putting a lot of pressure into there.
yeah,
So I went for a purpose-made one
yeah.
from the resin.
Mm-hmm.
I just saved up a couple of months more to get the proper one, really.
Yeah. So, right, I think she's seen the link. She'll tell us in a minute if she's tied up with children. Yes, it does work on phones. Oh, she can probably hear me saying that, can't she?
Yeah, it does. It does work on phones because I've tried. So
Yeah. Yeah, because I had a couple of. Okay, she's going to give it a go. Let's see.
okay.
Let me change that, and then I can add her to the screen in a minute when she comes up.
It's a bit like Zoom, this, isn't it? With the when you have
Yeah,
the Zoom call during lockdown.
yeah. Oh, some of us are still doing a lot of that. So I have a day job too, and my dining room is now my office, basically.
All right.
So what's Kelly?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, never enough room for the craft.
I've got
Right,
a few
while we're
other.
we're
Yeah.
waiting for Chrissie to join us, here you go. Oh, here she is. Hello.
Hello, how are you?
I'm fine, thank you. Have you had a busy day in the radio studio again?
Yeah, it's a bit of a drive, but I really love it.
Right. Yeah. No, I just thought I'd bring you on, one, to show off because I can do it now.
Wow, I am so excited. I was saying to my boy, how do I do this on my phone then? That's pretty cool, isn't it?
Yeah, but also I wanted to introduce you to Grant. He's got to come on Craft to Be Kind.
Yeah, I think the next I book up very quickly, Grant, but I think I'll have a look at my diary. I think it's probably the first Tuesday in August.
Wow.
Yeah, that's fine as long as it's not September, because fingers crossed I'll be in Greece. So
Oh, that sounds amazing. I want to go.
yeah.
I was supposed to go to Malta last year, so we're holding it off to 22 now, just to be safe.
Yeah, nobody knows, I don't think.
But Grant makes his pens mainly from some amazing stuff, like
I saw them.
A rifle stock. Is it a rifle stock?
Yeah, World War II, 1944.
I'm on my phone, so it's really small. You're really small. Sharon, you're fairly big, and me and Grant small.
Let me see if I can swap it over.
Oh,
is that better?
That's it. Number 51 creations.
There you go.
Oh,
So
wow.
that was part of a 1944 rifle that was actually issued in World War II.
And you turned it into a pen?
Yeah.
Wow.
In fact, it's one. In fact, there you go. There you go. That there, you probably, if you can see that, that's actually.
Sorry, my dogs are starting.
It's quite a small. That's actually a rifle pen,
What a great Father's Day present.
and it uses a bolt action as well, the same as the rifle did in 1944.
Wow, that's amazing. I tell you, that would be a really unique one-off present, wouldn't it?
It would. And then like these companies that, you know, salvage stuff that Grant uses, it's like, yeah, it's a brilliant story behind there. So
Can you make
yes.
sure you put your links in after you finish? I want one. I need to go shopping.
Yeah.
Oh, okay then.
Yeah.
I bet you don't
So
make
where'd
anything
you,
pink, do you?
Sorry?
I bet you don't make anything pink, do you?
who's gonna say yes?
You ever seen Blue Peter?
Oh yeah, I remember Blue
One,
Peter when I was
one
a
I
kid.
prepared earlier.
I
That is
hadn't
actually-
seen that.
It's a fountain pen.
Oh
And
wow.
it's actually, that is pink resin with
I want
applewood.
it.
The applewood came from Longleat Estate.
Wow. Oh, I used to love Young Leet as a kid. It's my birthday on Friday. I'm going to tell my kids, they keep telling me what to want. I'm like, well, I don't need anything.
Well, if you want something really pink,
Kelly, can you see?
probably not.
That's
No, yeah, we
lovely.
can see. That is beautiful.
That's just a twist action pen.
Can you get that to me by Friday?
Sorry?
Can you get it to me by Friday?
Easy. Yeah, well now.
Seriously.
So that's the last one I showed you is a roller ball,
Yeah.
sorry, a ballpoint,
Yeah.
and all of my ball pens use Parkeroo fill, so they're available on the high street.
My
Yeah.
eldest, she said to me yesterday, what do you want? I'm like, I don't know. I want that pink pen, the second one. I like
Which one? The fountain pen?
the
Or?
bright pink one.
Oh yeah. Well, I've got a few pink ones. I'll send you a photo and you can choose.
Yeah, brilliant.
Well, like we said, when we
Yeah.
finish, pop all your links and pop a couple of photos into the comments as well. So yes.
We used to do this in the evening when going back, I think last year, Sharon. We should show people stuff off, and we used to put the link so that it was people from the marketplace, and we used to put their links in, and you could hear it, people buying. It works really well if you can see something, doesn't it? Something tangible.
Yeah, because where do you mainly sell? Obviously, you said you're going up to the creative makers, up to there. Do you do mainly craft fairs or via Instagram?
I sell a lot on Instagram. I'm on a local digital market, which two ladies started last November.
Yeah.
And just two ladies started it, and they generated over £500,000 in sales in a month.
And that's online, that was it?
Yeah, there's about 300 makers on there. They're all local to Trowbridge, Westbury and Warminster. I think they've got about 11,000 followers.
Wow, right.
And do you know what? They're fantastic sisters, Claire and Kirsty, and they work so hard. And for instance, for me, it's about, I think it was £30 for 9 months, and I can post once a day.
That's awesome.
And then up to Christmas, I think it's £10 a month. Which
I'll
is
have to get them on the show as well.
Yeah,
Claire,
definitely.
I'll pop the link in for you, so you can have a look. They generated a lot of income for us.
That's really cool. It's about helping each other, isn't it?
It is. I do a lot of craft fairs. I do 4 a month at the moment.
They've just come back, haven't they?
Yeah. Well, they've been back for about 2 months now.
Oh, is it 2 months? Is it?
Yeah, the markets have been back for a couple of months. So I do Trowbridge, Melksham. I do 2 in Trowbridge, 1 in Melksham, and I'm actually just trying to start my own market in Warminster.
Well,
I think where
give
warm
us.
it is.
It's
I'm not very
down
good
a.
at geography.
It's down a bit from me.
So not
She
too far
said,
from it. I'm Gloucestershire.
but you're
All
not
right.
that far from me, are you?
No.
You're this side.
It's about an hour and 15 from Swindon.
Yeah,
But Melksham's close to
yeah,
you guys, and there's about 15 makers there, and lots of different makers. And again, that's run by two ladies who just approached Melksham Council, and they've been going for about 3 years now, very successfully.
yeah.
Oh, that's so cool.
It's about making all these connections and in all these different places, though,
Yeah,
isn't it? Sort of
Yeah.
meeting all
Yeah.
these people.
We were
and
thinking
helping
about
each
having
other
a
out as
shop
well.
handmade market.
You're thinking about what?
Having an online shop handmade market at some point.
Yeah,
Yeah, I mean, Claire and Kirsty did a fantastic job last year. And they raised a lot of money for charity as well, the wheelchair ambulance, and through raffles and donations and things like that. So it's everybody's a winner.
Absolutely.
yeah.
See if there's any
Right.
questions.
Thank you, Chrissie. Unless you've got anything else, I'll let you go and sort the kids out.
Yeah.
Look what came today.
Pardon?
Look what came today.
Oh, wonderful! Woohoo! Please message me with that pen, please, Gran. I'm serious, deadly serious.
I'll pop the links all in after, and I'll take some photos. 'Cause I think I've got about 5 or 6 different types of pink pen.
Okay. I
All
love
right.
pink and handmade. That's got me straight away.
Yes, she's sold.
Nice to meet you both. I'll speak to you
And
soon,
you.
Sharon.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
All right. Nice to talk to you, Chrissie. Bye.
Bye.
Right. So, the wonders of technology. It's great fun, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
Right. So, just down to some fun questions then. Tea or coffee?
Tea.
Netflix or audiobooks?
Oh, Netflix.
Netflix, okay. Neutrals or brights?
Bright.
Make for yourself or someone else?
Oh, someone else.
Okay. Summer or winter?
Don't care. Love the sun. Love the winter.
I knew you were going to say that. After telling us about standing in the rain with your cup of tea, I was thinking, he's not going to care.
No, I don't. I love the outdoors.
Yeah. Well, it's been lovely to have you on. Do, as I said, pop all your links and some photos in the comments, and Chrissie will be back in touch. And also make sure you connect with her so she can pop you on her very busy schedule. I think she's only been back 2 weeks. She just does a slot once a week on a Tuesday. Yes, and
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I will do. I'll be probably about half an hour because I've got to leave the workshop now. So I'll pop the links on later on. All right.
Yeah, pop the links on, pop us some photos on. And do feel free to share us to all your various social media.
Yeah, cool. Is that on Facebook or on this?
This is Facebook. So this will actually appear as a live in Shop Handmade on the Shop Handmade Facebook page. So
I'll put them all on later.
Yep, so that'll appear then. So lovely to speak to you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. So if you are watching, I think we've only got one watcher left now. If you're watching us on replay, don't forget hashtag replay, hashtag sorry I missed you. I'm back on Thursday with Western, who makes, I think she does lots of jewelry and silvery things and sparklies. You know what I'm like for a sparkly. So she's with me on Thursday, and even though it's half term next week, we've still got a couple of ladies coming on next week. So thanks a lot for joining us, Grant, and thank you everybody else, and bye for now.